Hey everybody, this is Rizzo Denise. Be sure to go on to Amazon.com and get your copy of Wrath of a Scorn Past. See you there. All right, welcome back to Early Talk with Rizzo Denise. Our last topic is the top 5 albums. I am kind of excited about this topic because I did listen to the 5. And the first one is Gucci Mane's Waptober 2. Waptober 2. I like this one. I thought, to me, when I was listening to it, it brought me back to when I used to like to go to the clubs a lot. I used to always have to have something playing when I did my makeup, to getting in the car, having it blasting through the speakers so we got attention all the way to the club, to the music playing at the club. This gave me that vibe with this album. He stuck to his roots. I thought he did really, really good. One of my favorite songs, I think, is called Move Me. And I like that he gave a shout out to Aaliyah in that track. So yeah. Good job, Gucci Mane. And the second topic, or the second album that we put on this list, is Jim Jones's El Capo. This one's my favorite. This one was the one I chose as my favorite one out of the 5. I really commend him. He did a great job. He made a movie out of this album, in my opinion. I felt like from the scripts to the features that he put, it's just a well-polished album. Like, he didn't rush through this. And if he did, he's damn good at it. I think he understood that rap is an art. It's not just something that you throw some tracks on and you call it a day and you just want to make money off of. Jim Jones really brought back the rules to the game. So I really thought he did good. Jim Jones, good job. I love the album. You did amazing. My favorite song on this one is State of the Union. And I don't know if it's me being biased, but Rick Ross is on it. That's my favorite rapper. And on top of that, the song is just really good. I have that on repeat when I go to the train, when I'm in my bed. I love that song. It's political. It's a political song. So I think he was real smart about that, because that's something that's going on now with the presidency, and we're about to vote for our next president. So good job, Jim Jones. The third one is Young Boy's album. What was the name of that one, C's? I can't remember.
I forget the name of that one, but he had
I gotta look it up.
What I understand is this album was from a long time coming. Like it was anticipated. What is that? What, Young Boy? You said?
Yeah, the Young Boy album.
Yeah, like it was somewhat, from the younger crowd. It was anticipated type of thing, and
he has a good following. That's for sure.
Yeah, basically.
I thought he did good. I liked Rhonda on that album. And Lonely Child, I thought he kind of put his heart on that album. Lonely Child, it made me feel like he really has some hurt in him a little bit. But I like that because it shows vulnerability. He wasn't just trying to do like a smash album of what can make people bob their heads in the club. You know what I mean? I think he was trying to show all his sides, his good sides, his bad sides, his what sides of him that makes him feel a type of way. So good job, Young Boy, on this album.
Young Boy.
Little Kim's 9, you go, girl. I like her album cover. I think Queen Bee. I think she looks really pretty, seriously, on that album. Her cover. I like that she sung on this album a little bit. And my favorite song on this one is Pray For Me with Rick Ross, and Music Soul Child was on this too, on this track. I liked it. I thought her bars were good. Rick Ross always delivers. I thought he did great. Music Soul Child delivered. She just did a really good job. So I'm glad that she's back in the game, and I like it. She did good. Good job, Little Kim. Currency's album. That was good. Plan of Attack. He did good on that too. That album gave me vibes like I just want to sit and listen to him. I don't need to be dancing to this album. You can, but it's like he's giving you the 101s of life with this album. So he did really, really good. I like that. Very informative album. I like to ride on the bus and listen to this.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what, man? First of all, I just want to say, shout out to everybody that made an album, recently. Yeah. And, making an album in the streaming era, that's a great thing. I probably have to say my favorite artist on here is probably Queen Bee.
Wow, look at him.
Yeah, she's my favorite artist because she come out of a certain type of environment that I could probably understand. I respect her game. I respect like her come up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like her come up, she was taught by the best. And she really took those lessons and she ran with it. Hey yo, because there's a lot of people that don't take lessons and run. You know what I'm saying? Like Lil' Kim was one of those that took them lessons and ran with it. Like she knew what it was. And again, you know, Biggie Smalls, you know, the whole East Coast. But, you know, like I said, I mean, she's the artist that I could identify with the most. But I happen to think that the Jim Jones album was probably the best album, man. Like it's probably the best album in a few years that New York has ever seen. And what makes that shit so dope is that it's independent.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Yo, big ups to Cameron on that album, man. Like Cameron spit bars that people probably didn't even know. He went back to the Killer Cam.
Yeah, he had the nerve to say, when you make enough money, you could tell her to swallow. Okay, Cam.
Killer Cam went back to the Killer Cam.
He sure did.
And I really wasn't expecting it, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Dipset, you know, shout outs to Jim Jones, shout out to Cameron, shout out to dude that's locked up right now, you know what I'm saying. They were supposed to come out with a full album, and Dipset is still hot, you know what I'm saying,
definitely.
It's still relevant. You know, and I got to give a lot of respect to Jim Jones, man. I think, you know, first of all, respect, dog, because that's all I'm pumping right now. I'm pumping the Jim Jones album all the time. You know, and yo, man, out of those records that you said, I strongly recommend that people listen to the Jim Jones record.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
I do too.
I got
It's
it on
very
repeat
good.
personally. You know what I'm saying? But
And this is coming from a guy's perspective and a woman's perspective, so that should tell you something. Some albums don't really hit the same when it comes to women, some and men. Some just may not connect. So I think that y'all should just give it a try. Even hear one track on there because it's good.
But
He
yo,
did
don't
a
you
really
think
good
it's
job.
a today's classic? Like it's a classic
Capo?
from front to back, man.
Yeah,
I can listen
think
to every
so.
song.
Yeah, definitely, I do. I think so. If you can find at least, I'll say at least three. Well, I was gonna say at least 3 songs, but at least half of the album, then it's worth it. Because like I said, nowadays people just come out. In my opinion, there's a lot of albums that you could tell are just put together to be released. And I feel with Jim Jones, he really put a lot of thought into this. Like it's very well polished. How he finished the album. He did his thing.
It's
he
real.
did really good. From
real.
the beats to how he rapped to who he involved in the album to like even the little skips that he put in the album. He did a really good job.
Hey, yo, one of the things, yo, you can't say more about the Jim Jones record because, yo, I feel like on a music standpoint, like it's the, you know, it's probably going to go into the classic realm.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
I think so. It definitely deserves a Grammy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He deserves a Grammy for this album.
Yeah. And he did an album, Jim Jones did an album right before this called Wasted Talent. And I was pumping that. Like, the Wasted Talent record is crazy. Okay. And I think that was also independent. You know, but I felt like that record was also dope. I would say that this record that he dropped recently is probably better than that record. But I was still pumped the Wasted Talent joint because it's hot too.
Y'all check that one out too.
Word.
Wasted Talent.
Shout out to Jim Jones, man, for making one of the hottest records on the East Coast out of New York.
And thank you for making that. It's good. As fans, we appreciate you.
That's what it is.
So this is our episode of Early Talk with Rizzo Denise. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.